We have seen several people come up since we've been here for the last half hour. You can see we have some flowers, some angels, and some bunting placed on the police department. We've also seen support in the show from the Salvation Army over there, helping out with police officers in this scenario, and even people bringing deliveries from Bear's Smokehouse just to do anything that they can to help out a department that is aching so hard right now. We want to bring in Jamie Perchiano, who happens to know Sergeant Dustin Demonte. You said that he was pivotal in your life, correct?
So when I first moved to Bristol, Connecticut, trouble with alcoholism. I'm a recovering alcoholic, and there was times that I had trouble here in Bristol, and Sergeant Demonte was he was a big motivation for me to help me stay sober. I was having struggles in my life, and he helped me. The kind words that he said to me helped me to be where I'm at today, which by the grace of God, I'm 2 years sober.
Right. Well, congratulations on that. And you mentioned that you actually would just sometimes be walking around and he would stop by and say hello and check in on you, right?
Ask me how am I doing, still sober? Yeah, absolutely. So he meant a lot to me in my life. My son goes to West Bristol, and he took the time to play basketball with my son all the time. My son loved him, and I'm sure he's pretty emotional just as much as I am, and it's just a sad, tragic day here in Bristol, Connecticut. And, we put together a candlelit vigil for tomorrow night at 6:30, so he'll be in my prayers, his family, and he'll be dearly missed.
And look at that, as we're talking, the sun is kind of peering through. You were mentioning you saw that earlier as you saw a procession with police, that the sun happened to pop out at that very moment. And as you and I are talking about Dustin here, what do you know? The sun is peeking through.
It's a beautiful thing, He'll be dearly missed. So, thank you.
All right, Jamie, thank you so much for your kind words. And it's just learning about one of the officers who was killed in this officer-involved shooting last night. We know another officer was killed, and we're waiting to get an update on the third officer who is suffering from serious injuries and had surgery and is recovering after all of that. But in the meantime, as we have been mentioning, there's just been a strong show of support for the police department here. It is a tough day, especially for them, but we do know it's a tough day for the community as well. So that is why people are just coming up, trying to do whatever they can, bring flowers, show support, bring food. It's in a scenario like this where you feel like you need to do something, and here comes somebody else bringing something to the Salvation Army over here. Everyone just doing what they can to help out in such a tragic time for this community. We're live in Bristol. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61 News.
Julia, thanks. Yeah. So many people, they just feel compelled to do something. They're feeling the emotion, right, feeling the sadness, and they can't sit anymore. I just have to do and give and go. And so we're glad that we're able to see that.